Hey everybody, this is Raving blog of Animation Bliss, and welcome to our first ever Spotlight Cartoon Corner. Today's Spotlight cartoon is going to be on Ducktales, and with me today we have Raving Reviewer. How you doing, Raving Reviewer?
I'm doing good, thank you. What about you? Doing
Mm,
good?
I'm doing fine. Let's start off with a couple of questions. And Raving Reviewer, would you like to ask some questions about Ducktales?
Sure. I was asked. Yes, I was asking who's your favorite character?
My favorite character has to be Scrooge McDuck. Like I like the fact that he's like a elderly sort of character who goes on a lot of adventures, and yet you see that he really cares about his nephews Huey, Dewey, and
Yeah,
Louie
he's
at the
cool.
same time. And that's something I really liked about Scrooge McDuck. And who's your favorite character?
My favorite character would probably have to be. For some reason, I really like Launchpad McQuack. I thought he was funny, and
Oh yeah.
he was a really cool flyer, which was interesting. Yeah, he wasn't like a conventional flyer. Like he could always drive well, he could never land properly.
Oh yeah.
I liked him.
I love Launchpad too. He's like such a funny character, and he's able to
Yeah.
like fly so well when he has to, but he's like that character who like
Mm-hmm.
brings so much comedy to the show. So I really like Launchpad too.
Yeah. He's resourceful, but he's also like comedic relief.
Yeah.
So I was wondering, who's your favorite? So who's your favorite villain? If you could pick like one specifically.
My favorite villain. Let's see. It's either Magic at the Spell or I'm trying to figure out somebody else.
Yeah,
The Beagle Boys. I liked either Magic at the Spell or the Beagle Boys because they are kind of a threat to Scrooge McDuck, but they're also hammy at the same time, and that's something I really liked about those two. And who's your favorite villain?
yeah. I was gonna go with Flintheart. I thought he plays a lot with Scrooge and Scrooge, like the way they interact. I liked that was interesting.
Yeah, I like him too.
He wasn't like a conventional villain because it wasn't like a because he wasn't really like a bad guy. He was just like another rich duck who was there.
Yeah. And he's like a good rival to Scrooge McDuck, so I like the fact that he's like a big rival to Scrooge. But Scrooge is like
Yeah,
more like he's more of a good guy than Flintheart is. And you know Flintheart is like the
that's
bad
true.
guy. So I like that relationship between him and Scrooge.
Yeah, it was cool.
Mhm.
So I was wondering, for the reboot of the show on Disney XD, who would you want? Would you want it to be 2D animated or 3D animated?
I personally would like it to be 2D animated because I guess that's what I grew up with the show, but I wouldn't mind if it was 3D animated just to see what they could do with the characters and that type of animation. But yeah, I really would want it to be 2D animated just because I guess that's what I grew up with when I saw the show the first time. And you?
Mm-hmm.
What style do you want to see it in?
Well, the thing is with like modern shows nowadays, we're seeing a lot more 3D shows, but the
Yeah.
majority of 3D shows are action shows. I've noticed. So it could work as a 3D show, but after seeing like the way the game looked, the new reboot of the game, they had a really cool 2D art style with like each individualized character model is like I think it was like drawn by hand. It looked really cool, and if
Yeah.
they could like incorporate that art style of the video game into the new show, so I could see it as 2D as well.
Yeah, I also like the way that that they looked the style looked in the new 2D in the new game, so I wouldn't mind they use that style in the new reboot. So that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that would be cool to see.
Yeah.
So like tagging along with that question, what did you think of the Ducktales game?
I haven't played it yet, but I have seen clips of it on YouTube and I thought it looked pretty interesting. Like some of the games look really interesting,
Yeah,
Like the Count Duckula section was pretty good or Count
mm,
Dracula section. That looked pretty interesting.
yeah. The music in the game was really good. That was probably one of the best parts of it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the moon theme.
Yeah. Like it's all rock and roll and stuff like that, so I really like that.
So, what do you think? Have you read the original comic it was based on?
No. Well, I read like parts of it, but like I haven't read all of the original comic books. But for what I've heard about it, Scrooge McDuck was
Yeah,
much tougher in that version or something, and Donald Duck was featured a lot
yeah.
more. So I have heard some things about the comic. What do you thought about the original comic?
I really like. There was an interesting aspect of it where Huey, Dewey, and Louie they had personalities, but they didn't have to stick to it. Like a lot of times, they would act a little bit more on a whim, and the writer of the comic understood that not all the times people act in character like they do in shows, but in real
Yeah.
life, people act more on a whim, but they have an overall personality, which I thought was a really interesting idea to tackle.
Yeah. Hmm.
It
Yeah,
was really
that's a
cool.
sounds pretty interesting. I have to try to get the comic sometime.
So everyone always seems to have opinion on the character Webby. What do you think?
Webby. Let's see. Well, I thought she was an okay addition to the show, but I felt like at the same time, did we really need Webby at this point? Because Huey, Dewey, and Louie was doing a good job of like
Yeah.
being the kids who follow Scrooge everywhere on his
Mm-hmm.
adventures, and Webby just felt like they just wanted to add an extra character, and I felt like it wasn't really necessary at that point with Huey, Dewey, and Louie being there.
Yeah. Like I think they were trying to try to tap into like they thought they needed to have another female character on the show because
Yeah.
like most of the main characters were male, but that's what I think. So, have you seen the Ducktales movie?
Yeah, I seen Ducktales Treasure of the Lost Lamp, I believe. I thought it was a pretty good film. Um and it could have worked as a good finale for the show. I think that's what they were working with. But I thought it was a pretty good film and they had a pretty good villain in the film. And what did you thought about the film? Mhm.
It's not really something I watched. Like I heard of it, but I didn't watch it that much. I mostly when I saw Ducktales, it was just on TV, and that's
Oh
when I saw
yeah.
as like a little kid,
Mhm.
and I heard it was really good, which is surprising for a lot of kids movies, like animated kids movies, because most of the time they're not as good as the show.
Yeah. I was
So,
surprised.
what did you think of out of like all the shows of the Disney afternoon block? Was this one your favorite?
Kind of like my second favorite because I liked Gummy Bears the best, but this was my second favorite show of the Disney afternoon block. Followed by Chippendale Rescue Rangers. So, but this is like one of those shows that's like on my top three. And your opinions?
Mm-hmm. My favorite, I my favorite was probably Dark-tailed Duck or Goof Troop. I had to pick two
Oh yeah.
because I don't know. I really like the idea of Dark-tailed Duck because it kind of reminded me of the Tick
Oh
in a lot of ways. It was like supposed to like a kind of parody on superheroes.
Dark Green Duck. Green
Yeah,
Duck.
Darkwing Duck
Oh
would
okay.
probably be my favorite.
Oh okay. I really enjoyed that show too.
Yeah, yeah. I really like the theme was amazing on Dark-tailed Duck.
Yeah.
That was probably one of the best themes in like the animation. It's like one of my favorite TV shows themes of all time.
Yeah. I really enjoyed
Also,
Dark Green.
Launchpad McQuack was in that show too.
Dark Green.
So if like say the show was remade today as a movie, like what real life mystery would you want them to uncover? Kind of like you know how Indiana Jones kind of talks on like Indiana Jones. There's things that are they're based off of mysteries, and he like uncovers actual mysteries in real life. Say like if Ducktales was in that same like kind of way, where like they found a real life mystery. Which one would you want it to be?
This is a toughie. Let's see. Maybe if they could have a plot line where they're trying to discover about magic in the world and have them like uncover the secrets of magic and maybe explore more about Magic of the Spells backstory. That'd be pretty interesting. They did it in the reboot.
That's a hard one. I keep on trying to think of. I have no idea actually. There's a lot they could have done. If I had to pick one specifically, I might want to go with. I can't even think of one right now. specifically. I could think of like a whole bunch of them, but one specifically I can't think of above the rest.
Oh yeah.
So, if the show was, like Disney XD is bringing back Ducktales, I was wondering if there's any other Disney afternoon shows you'd want them to bring back aside from Ducktales.
I definitely would like to see them bring back Darkwing Duck and Goof Troop. Like I like to see them possibly do
Yeah.
more with those two shows. Because I really enjoy those shows, and
Mm-hmm.
I also would like to see them bring back Gummy Bears. And what other shows would you like to see them bring back?
I would have to pick all the shows you mentioned are probably the main ones I would touch on. It would be
Mm-hmm.
cool to see gummy bears in CGI, just to see like if they could play with the physics of being like a gummy bear. That would be interesting.
Oh yeah, that'd be pretty interesting.
And for Goof Troop, I could see them definitely doing a remake because they definitely explored it a little bit more by doing an extremely goofy movie, and there was also like the original Goof Troop movie. Those were both really good.
Yeah, I think they did a good job in expanding more on those characters.
Mm-hmm.
To
So
see
I was wondering, do you know the entire theme song by heart?
of Ducktales.
Yeah, the theme song of Ducktales.
I know some of the words, but not all the words. Like I only know more about the beat of the song than the actual words. Even though I try to sing along to it a couple of times, but yeah, I get the I
Yeah.
remember the beat by heart, but not the words.
Mm. I think I I think I memorized the entire song. I'm not
Oh,
much of a singer though.
oh.
That's the downside.
I'm not much of a singer either, so but I could do the beats pretty well. So,
Yeah,
hmm
yeah.
but
I
yeah,
remember it's like life is like a hurricane here in Duckburg. Uh, race cars, lasers, airplane. It's a duck blur. Might solve a mystery. Might rewrite history. Ducktales. Woohoo. Every danger. Do bad and good luck tales. Woohoo. Now I'm messed up. I can't remember the rest.
that's the only
There's
part.
danger looks behind you. There's a stranger out to find you.
That's like the
What to do but grab onto some Ducktales.
that's like the only
Yeah,
part. That's like the only
it was a
part.
really that's probably one of the best elements of the show.
Yeah, that's like the only part I remember too. Oh, I've always loved the theme song of the show. It's like so interesting and the it's just so catchy that when you grow up, it's like it never gets out of your head.
That's a
So
really good theme song.
yeah, would you like to hear a
For like the reboot,
like yeah
yeah, I would like to hear a remix. Yeah,
yeah
like if they redid the show, that would be cool to hear a remix.
yeah? It'd definitely be interesting if they did a
So,
remix.
if you who do you prefer? Do you prefer Gyro Gear Loose or Gadget Hack Wrencher?
I prefer Gadget over Gyrus. I guess because I've always loved Gadget from Chippendale Rescue Rangers, but even though Gyro was an okay character, but I
Yeah,
I think Gadget had more personality than Gyro.
yeah, it's true.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, like Gyro is he was there, but he wasn't like a main character like Gadget was.
Yeah, I think if they made
Also,
Gyro,
Gadget kind of reminded me like MacGyver because she could just like make inventions on the spot.
yeah, that's what I've
So I
always
thought that was
liked.
a cool
Yeah,
element.
that's what I've always liked about Gadget's character. It's like she could just make things whatever's lying around, she can make it to a machine or something like that.
I was just wondering, if you do you remember like the tuning fork in the show?
The tuning fork.
Yeah, like in Huey, and Louie had like a the tuning fork, and they would hit it on objects and it caused like earthquakes.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, like if you had like the tuning fork from the show, what would you do with it?
Hmm. It'd be kind of hard to say what I would do with a tuning fork. I probably use it to like break certain objects that I couldn't break before, like rocks or something like that. So I could probably use it on objects like that.
Yeah, uh, the way I saw it, I'd use it for like mass destruction,
Oh yeah.
just like destroy an entire city. like a ruler, become a ruler of the universe. It's like a tuning fork.
Oh yeah.
That'd be funny.
Yeah.
Like if you could rate the show on a scale of 1 to 10, how good would you think it was? Now that you've seen it like again in recent years.
I probably rate the show like probably 9.7. It's close to a 10 cuz like why there were times where I felt like they could have done a little more with the characters. I think it was great in developing the characters, and I like the adventures they went on. So I definitely rate the show on a high 9.7.
Yeah, it reminded me a lot of Indiana Jones in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
They were similar in a
Mm,
couple ways. Which is
yeah.
interesting. Scrooge McDuck is. It's kind of weird that Scrooge McDuck, he's kind of like Scrooge from the book, The Christmas Carol.
Oh yeah.
It's kind of. I'm surprised that that character like has lasted for so long, even though he's like an adaptation of another character,
Yeah.
which is interesting.
Yeah. I think it was probably one of the most interesting things about Scrooge McDuck was that he was based off of Scrooge from the Christmas Carol. So I like those comparisons.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Also, yeah, the movie with the Christmas Carol movie with Scrooge McDuck playing Scrooge, that was really good.
Oh yeah, I really enjoyed watching that movie, and I like how Scrooge McDuck was portrayed in that movie.
Yeah. It also kind of reminded me of like Warner Brothers did like the same exact story except with Daffy.
Oh
But I
yeah,
don't think that was as good.
yeah,
Yeah, Bah Humduck.
yeah. I remember that movie.
It was good, just wasn't as good.
Yeah, it wasn't like as good as
Mm-hmm.
the one with Scrooge McDuck in it.
That
So
that's all the questions.
okay, so guess we'll wrap up this video. Thank you Raving Reviewer for coming here today for a Ducktales review. And everybody can follow us on Twitter and follow
Thank you
and
for inviting me.
no, you're welcome. And everybody can follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and keep us updated. And we can keep you updated any new videos we post up. Well, Raven Review, was nice having you here.
Oh, thank you. It was nice seeing you too.
Well, I'll see you later. Bye.
Okay. Bye.